Let's go ahead and print a couple of different shipping labels. From your PayPal home screen, select a recent transaction from the list, and you'll see the details for the payment. I'll pick this one right here. At the bottom is a link to launch the PayPal multi-order shipping solution, which I'll explain to you in a minute. Then you can print a shipping label for this item, and then you can go ahead and print a packing slip, which is just an invoice like that you would put inside of a box. You can also manually add the tracking number as well, which you can add tracking from an external program if you'd like. And you also have the ability to remove the shipping button link. I don't know why you would want to do that. In fact, I never do. Prior to preparing our first shipping label, let's see the packing slip in action. I like to include a packing slip with my orders to provide details to my customer of what was purchased. For power buyers, this is a must for tracking purchases and eventually garnering some repeat business for you as a seller and sparking some customer loyalty. You can preview, you can go ahead and print, or before you print, you can make edits for this. And if you like, you also have the ability to add a logo. So let me show you that. You can go ahead and edit this, and if you want to display a logo, you can put the URL of your logo there and then display that on the packing slip. You can optionally change your address or phone, and you can put a customized message here as well. Then you can enter an optional message. You can be creative here and thank your customer for their business. Here you can advertise your website. You can mention your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, or your other social media feeds as well. You can always edit this later, so let's go ahead and view the printable packing slip. And you can see the changes that I made. Now I can print it, and there you go. Now I'm going to go back to the transaction and I'm going to print the label. Notice that everything is pre-filled. Go ahead and make changes as needed, and on high-value items, you can go ahead and add insurance if desired. You can do that right here. You can go ahead and add a message that will automatically be emailed to your customer after you save and print this shipping label. Now, here's something that's really handy. You can compare delivery service options and see if there's a faster or a cheaper way to send the parcel. Be sure you and your buyer come to an agreement about these changes before printing this label. Some services are faster or slower than others, and you can compare the cost here. Because this is an eBay order, I receive a special discount, which you'll notice right here I get 17% off on this package. You have the option to display the cost of postage, but I don't see the need to share that information with the buyer. Boxes and packing materials are expensive, and my shipping fee includes the packing and the freight. Click on Purchase Postage, and the label will generate, and then you can print it immediately. And there it is. Tape the label to your parcel or use a plastic sleeve to secure it to the package. Sleeves are free from all major shipping carriers. After printing, the tracking number is stored within the transaction record and can be tracked later. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to go back over here to the payment, and there's the tracking number right there. Now, here's a little nuance I'd like to share with you. Let's go back over to the home screen. If you click on the transaction details page for eBay orders, like we did just a moment ago, and initiate the shipping option there, you see the eBay shipping user interface. And you'll notice that in the previous screens, we had an eBay interface. When you click on the More link over here on the transaction records, you'll go ahead and see the transaction activity, and you'll note the shipping option right here. When you click the shipping button, you'll see that the shipping options pop up. This looks slightly different, and you have the option to pick which carrier you want between USPS and UPS. So if you're shipping from a different zip code than the one on the return address, go ahead and enter that here. In the next section, select your carrier. Let's change it to UPS. And then click Continue. Then select the shipping method. I'm going to use ground service. Ground is the cheapest, but it's slower. It's what the customer wanted. And then indicate what type of package. I'm using my own packaging, and that's the only thing that's available for ground service. Then I'll enter the weight. I have to round up to the nearest pound, and then the dimensions, which is very small. It's 5 by 5 by 3. That's inches. You can get free packing supplies from UPS for expedited services, but for ground service, you only see your package as the option. Here you indicate if you'd like to be notified about delivery. I love this feature because I can email my customer to ask if they were happy with their purchase the day that it arrives. Now, if you'd like a signature confirmation on the order, you can select that if you'd like, either adult signature, no signature, or signature required. On low price items, because it costs more, there's an additional fee for that. I don't add that to smaller, lower value items. Declared value is the insured value, and I'm not going to insure this package, but undervaluing items means that you end up eating it in the event of loss or damage. On high-value shipments, I don't recommend it. Now, I don't need to insure this package, so I'm just going to put 0 there. Now, Saturday delivery is available on air shipments, so if you ship next day air, you can go ahead and pay an additional fee for Saturday delivery. And then down here, you can type a friendly note to the buyer here, and they'll see it once you generate the label. And then click Continue. Now, the next page summarizes the label details, including the cost of the label, and then you go ahead and pay and continue. Here's the label at the bottom, then print the label. Secure it to the parcel and you're ready to go. Now we can void shipping labels if we'd like to. Let's go ahead and click on the PayPal logo to go back to the list of transactions. To void a shipping label, simply go back to the transaction activity. And on the details page for that order, right here, you have the option to void the label. That's right here. You can also reprint the label if you'd like. Select a reason. Bear in mind your customer will be notified about the void, so communication is key. Perhaps you made an error or you needed to reprint it for some reason. You can void this label and make a new one. Now your funds are returned to you and the label has been voided. Now let's take a look at another tool. I'm going to go back to that transaction details page and take a look at something else. Let's look at this link. I'm going to launch the PayPal multi-order shipping feature. This is an option for high-volume users. Because this is a standalone program that could very well deserve its own course, I'm going to suggest you explore it on your own time when the timing seems right. Here are some of the features offered by the multi-order shipping program. You can import orders paid from PayPal and pre-fill the shipping information. You can import orders from eBay that were not paid with PayPal and prepare labels for them using your PayPal funds. You can also use CSV files or tab delimited files and print and ship domestic orders that were sold on other websites or through your own software. And rather than waiting in long lines at the post office or UPS, you can prepare shipping labels for any shipment and pay for that label using your balance. You can print up to 50 labels at once on plain paper or using one of the supported label printers. Remember, I mentioned that you could rent a printer from UPS for $2 a week. That's what I do. You can even schedule free pickups from the post office. You recall that I said you never have to stand in line? To arrange for a free post office pickup, you can actually do that from within this program. You can also call them to schedule the pickup or go to the USPS website. For UPS, you can go to their website online as well. Unlike the post office, which is free for pickups, UPS charges a nominal fee for a one-time pickup. But it is pretty cheap and it's convenient, and especially when time is valuable to you. For my business, I drop off parcels. Any UPS store or authorized UPS shipping outlet will accept a package for UPS, and you can search locations near you at ups.com. The post office typically lets commercial mailers drop off packages at the rear of the building on the dock. Mine does, and it saves me a tremendous amount of time.